Thank you all for coming. I'd like to call to order the Whittingham Homeowners Association, Greenbriar Whittingham Community Association Joint Open Board Meeting for Thursday, March 26th. Would you all please rise for a Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, Matt, good evening. Can I have a roll call?
Absolutely. Can we do a quick test? Can somebody on Zoom give us a thumbs up if they can hear us okay?
Hopefully.
Okay. Okay, we're going to start with the WOA board. Oh, they said no? That's Janine. Okay. Yeah, go turn the mics up a little bit. Turn them all up a hair. Okay, guys, we're going to turn the mics up just a hair.
Yeah, do that.
All right, thank you, Kristen. How's that on Zoom, everybody? A little bit better?
Hopefully.
Better. Len Marcoux, thank you.
Good.
Okay, we're going to start with the WOA board roll call. Tom Clark.
Here.
Jay Respler. Bob Brown. Kathy Dodano. Joe Atanasio.
Here.
Kathy Clark and Gleason. And Jeff Simonson is absent. Let's jump over to the Greenbriar board. Chester Trubinsky.
Here.
Ron Parisi.
Here.
Mark Sirks.
Here.
And Cliff Durlacher. And Alan couldn't be here tonight. And from management, you have me, Matt Lupus, Kristen Parisa, and Susie Weingartner. Good evening, everybody.
Okay, Matt, do you have a report for us?
Absolutely. Baseball season has started. Everybody happy? All right. Go Red Sox. You can boo me. It's okay. All right, guys, spring has started. We got a lot of stuff going on. The Whittingham Fence Project, really happy. These guys are starting to move again. We're over finishing the last building on Chadwick, number 1. Hopefully be done with that tomorrow, and we're jumping over to Rutland. And we put notices out to all the homeowners over there for the next couple weeks that are going to get done. We're starting on the outer loop, which is the even numbers, and then we'll jump to the inside and get everybody done. Hoping to get that done in, I don't know, next month or so would be great. We finally got our new elliptical machine, our seated recumbent elliptical machine in the gym to replace the last standing old machine we had that just got delivered around 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we're all good to go. We have been talking, and I may not mention this in the next couple meetings. We've had a lot of conversations and meeting with the security team, and things seem to be going a lot better. So we're going to keep you guys posted on that. Had some great meetings, are very engaged, and feel like we solved a lot of the problems you guys have been complaining about. But we'll keep meeting with them as need be and really stay on them. As you can see, there's a lot of things on our agenda, so once these are all approved, we're going to be very busy getting some of these projects in place. But I will say we did kind of jump ahead on the billiard tables. That's actually going to start tomorrow morning. So we're going to refelt all the billiard tables and new cushions in there. They have not been done since 2014. And you'll still be able to play. They're going to do one of them at a time, so everyone can still enjoy them down there. But much needed improvement down there. Not my favorite topic, but we still have to talk about snow damage. They're still working on fixing a lot of stuff and grass and everything else. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of time, but they've only been here about a week and a half working on stuff, and they're also starting spring cleanup as well. You'll see the piles of branches and sticks all over the place on the curbs that they're picking up. So a lot of things kind of going on all at once, but a lot of cleanup from the winter. Anything else, Tom? Did I miss anything? Okay. I'm going to turn it over to Kristen then.
Okay, so this Sunday, March 29th at 1 p.m. in the dance room, we'll be showing the movie Ticket to Paradise. On April 15th, we have a bus going to resorts in Atlantic City. It's on sale now for $30. You get $20 returned in slot play. On April 20th at 2 p.m. in the dance room, we have a lecture on gambling in today's world. There's no charge, and you can sign up with the concierge. On April 22nd, we are going to see Ragtime, which is waitlist only. Saturday, April 25th at 7 p.m. in the ballroom, we will have the Jersey Tenors. The tickets are on sale now. On Saturday, May 16th at 7 p.m. here in the ballroom, we have a Billy Joel tribute. The tickets go on sale Monday, April 13th. The flyer will be available the week before the tickets go on sale. Sunday, May 31st at 3 p.m. in the ballroom is the Carole King tribute. You can check with the concierge for availability on tickets. On June 17th, we have a bus going to see Beaches on Broadway in New York. The tickets are $170 per person, and they go on sale Friday, April 3rd. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Kristen. All right, we'll go over to item number 5, which is the UWCA business.
Yep. So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Greenbriar at Whittingham Community Association joint open board meeting of February 26, 2006. Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Matt?
Okay, roll call. Chester Trubinsky,
Yes.
Ron Parisi,
Yes.
Mark Sirks, and Cliff Derlacher.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on then to the more interesting one, which is a resolution related to late fees. Basically, Greenbriar will vote this evening to formalize the collection of late fees on assessments that are more than 15 days late. Greenbriar's past practice was to collect late fees. This policy was not in writing, however. It was also temporarily suspended with the transition to First Services. For 2026, the late fee remains $15. Beginning in 2027, the late fee will increase to $25. This policy will become effective May 1, 2026. You want to jump in?
Sure. For everyone's information, the Whittingham and WOA Board is basically approving the same resolution tonight. This is a pretty standard practice amongst the attorneys to make sure it's a clean housekeeping, that all the uniformed late fees are together between both communities. So we'll be adopting the same one. As a matter of fact, Matt, if we could, when you take a roll call on his,
Right down the road.
follow the WOA Board, and we'll do the same.
Works for me.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want me to make a resolution?
You
Or do you want to open it to the floor?
Well, we'll open it to the floor for discussion.
Okay.
If anyone has any comment on this particular item, please come up to the podium and please give comment. Seeing no one, I will close that part.
Oh.
And then you
Yep.
can make,
Go out and get on the Zoom.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution to charge a late fee of $15 starting May 1, 2026, and $25 starting in 2027 on any assessment not paid within the 15 days of its due. Second? Cliff? Okay.
Okay.
Matt?
All right. Chester Trubinsky,
Yes.
Ron Parisi,
Yes.
Mark Sirks, and Cliff Derlacher. And we'll go over to WOA also.
okay, so on the WOA Board, we'll have a motion to approve the policy resolution relating to late fees. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
By Jay. Any discussion? Okay, we've already had it to public portion, so can we have a roll call?
Yep. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Ressler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, well, moving on to item number 6, but before we do, I would like to ask Mike Boxer to please come up to the podium. Mike is making a very generous contribution to our community. He's replacing the flags that you see at the main gate that come flying in, the American flag and the POW flag. This is his contribution. This is at his cost. He's a veteran, and he loves his country, and he loves his community.
Thank you, Mike.
So we want to thank you for that.
You're welcome. Like I asked before, flags flying now, please be returned to me so I can put them properly to rest.
We certainly will.
All right. Another thing is, Sunday the 29th is National Day to acknowledge Vietnam veterans. It's our day every year, same day every year, the 29th of March. The third thing, I see a lot of people, good number of people fly their flags in front of their house. If your flag is not lit at night, you must take it down. They have to be lit. I don't know if the flag going out front is lit. If it's not, it's got to be dropped down at night.
Really?
Yes, that's part of U.S. flag code. It has to be lit, or because you have a flagpole, flag has to come down.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it is.
Now, I don't know if the top of the flagpole can be unscrewed, but you can buy and put a solar light on there.
Okay, we'll check that all out.
Well, that's very
I
important.
wanna
The
make sure
flags are
it's
lit at
standard.
night. If not, you'll have to remove them from your house and put them back up the next day.
Okay. Well, again, Mike,
Thank
thank you very much.
Thank you,
We
Michael.
appreciate the gesture.
And thank you for your service, dude.
Okay. All right, moving on to our business. I have the approval of the February 26th, 2026 joint open meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second on that? Second by Kathy. Do I have any discussion on that? Any corrections? Seeing none, I'll ask for a roll call.
Excellent. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Ressler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
Okay, the second item is approval of a proposal to recover all 4 pool tables from Royal Billiards for a total of $5,565.85. This is basically to take care of the pool tables that are down in the billiard room. They haven't been recushioned in many, many years, and they're at a point where it needs to be done. So that's what this is all about. Does anyone in the audience have wish to give comment on this? Please.
Yes.
You have to come up here.
Take your time. Take your time.
Oh, okay. Hi, Marilyn Kirstner, 56 Westminster. How many tables there?
There are 4.
4? Is it just cheaper to buy new tables?
No.
No. But, okay, so I guess with the assessment thingy going on, why are we spending $5,500 on this?
This is money that's already pretty in the budget already, and it's used for these kinds of repairs periodically on different things. We upgrade them, things wear and tear, and we always put money in the budget for this type of work.
Oh, okay. Okay, bye.
Okay, anyone else? Seeing no one, I will close the public portion. I have a motion, I have a second, so I will ask for a roll call.
Does that work? Okay.
You're on.
Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Ressler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio, and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
Okay, next item is approval of a proposal to repaint the outdoor pool from Aquatic Services for a total of $5,862.51. Again, this is a pretty routine thing that has to be done every time before we open up the pool in the season. It needs to be scraped. All the old paint is flaking off. The new paint has to be put on. And we're hoping that after this year, we're going to be making some upgrades into the pool area, and we're going to take all the old plaster off the walls. So this will no longer be needed after this year. So we'll save $5,500 every year, hopefully, from there on out. So do I have a motion to introduce? Kathy moved it, second by Joe. Okay, anyone in the public wish to speak on this? Okay, seeing no one in the public, I will close the public portion, and I will ask for a roll call.
Okay, Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
Okay, next item is the approval of a proposal for spring and fall gutter cleaning in Whittingham from Garden State Gutter Cleaning for a total of $22,391.26. This, again, is a routine thing. It's done every year over at Whittingham. It's done in the springtime. It's done in the fall. We're using the same contractor as last year, and I believe we got the same price. So it's a good thing. So do I have a motion on this? Moved by Kathy, second by Bob. Okay, thank you. Does anyone in the public wish to speak on this? I see someone in the back.
Come on down.
Rose Ferrara, 3 Umberland. Has there ever been any consideration about getting gutter guards on them to avoid this?
There's been a lot of talk of that over the years. There's nothing currently going to be done with that. I mean, we're probably looking at when the siding gets done over on the buildings, everything will be replaced, all new gutters, better gutters, wider gutters, and they'll be able to hold the water without it spilling out when it rains. So that's in the capital planning. I don't know what year you have that in the budget for? 2034.
Okay, just thought about it because when I replaced my gutters, it was only like
Well,
1,600.
hopefully everyone that's in this room will be here at 2034. We're
Thank
hoping.
you.
But it's a capital item, and that's when our, excuse me? Oh, she's in Greenbriar. So Greenbriar, we don't do your gutters.
You're in Greenbriar? Okay.
Okay, well, anyway, we got the story now anyway. Okay, can I have a roll call for that on Matt, Mike? I'm sorry, Matt. Can I have a roll call?
You got it, Tom. Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Dodano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
I just want to make a comment about the gutter cleaning. Gutter cleaning now is part of our preventive maintenance, which was required for our capital projects to be added because of the new law. So this is now done every year and will be followed up on an annual basis to make sure that that preventive maintenance is done adequately.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on to our next item. We have approval for a proposal to rebuild the existing balcony at 31I Rutland from Biondo Contracting for a total cost of $6,790. Do I have a motion on this?
Oh, yeah.
Moved by Joe, second by Kathy. Okay. Anyone in the public wish to speak on this? This is another routine thing. We inspect the balconies over at the Whittingham side. If they're in a bad state of repair, we replace them. So this was inspected, this needs to be replaced, so that's what this contract's for. And again, it's pretty routine maintenance. as Kathy said, we have money in the budget to do this stuff on a yearly basis. Anyone in the public? No? No one coming up? Okay. I'll close the public portion. Matt, can I have a roll call?
Yeah, Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler,
Yes.
Bob Brown, Kathy Donano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
and Kathy Clark and Gleason.
All right, the
Thanks.
next item we have already taken care of on the resolution relating to late fees. That's been already approved. So let's move on to the next item, which is approval of a resolution for a special snow cost assessment. I'm hoping everyone had the opportunity to see online the attachment of the actual resolution we're going to be adopting. I think there was copies also put into the back of the room for everyone. So hopefully everyone has had an opportunity to review it and look at it. So introducing it, do I have a motion?
Yes.
By Kathy, and second by Joe. Okay. Anyone in the public want to have a conversation on this? Come up to the podium. Okay. No one in the public? Well, we appreciate that. We got to just remove the snow. We have to pay for it, and it's unnecessary evil. So, Matt, can I have a roll call, please?
Yeah, Tom Clark,
Yes.
Jay Respler, Bob Brown, Kathy Donano, Joe Atanasio,
Yes.
Kathy Clark and Gleason. Thank you.
And just for everyone's information, I mean, Kathy really worked very hard on this, and we had a lot of discussions with the vendors. So we were able to bring what was, as we announced last week, looked like it was going to be $300. We've been able to lower that down to $250. So it's a lot of work on everyone's part, but, anytime, that's what we're here for, to try to save money and get a good quality of service.
The snowbirds have to pay?
Yeah?
Hey, Tom,
Even the
can,
snowbirds have to pay. Say they missed out on a fringe benefit. Say they should have been here.
Tom, can I add something to that? We've talked to a lot of other communities, and I'm sure you have friends in other communities around the area. Just everybody's going through kind of the same thing. So just wanted to throw that out there. I know Concordia, Regency, a bunch of them are going through the same thing we are and doing special assessments. So if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, all right. Kathy would like to just give a little bit more information on the payment on this assessment. Go ahead.
So the 250, and I'm going to echo what Matt said, a lot of our neighboring communities did also have a special assessment. In some cases, theirs is higher. I worked really hard. What I wanted to do was make sure that we balanced all the numbers and had sufficient amounts remaining in our capital reserve account for snow removal, and still try to make sure that we covered all our expenses and so on. So we did manage to keep it to 250. I want to make sure, Matt, for those who are on Click Pay and had initially set up Pay My Whole Account, they will automatically, it will come right out of your checking or however you've set up your payment. So you're going to immediately get your maintenance plus the 250 will come out as of May.
Well, it all has to, the final date is June 1st on the
June
resolution.
1st. Okay, so
Yep.
June 1st. For those who do not have Click Pay, are not set up on Click Pay, Matt, how will that be handled? Will they get a statement?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do statements to everyone.
Yeah.
That is not on auto pay, unfortunately. And we'll have to use a little mail and just mail them out to everybody.
For
Yeah,
those
because-
who don't have pay your debt automatically, you may have to go into your account and allow whatever account to pay the full amount. So just keep that in mind for June 1st. Okay?
Great, thank you. You got to come up to the mic.
Come up. Come up.
Kathy, in regard, Mike Boxer, to Sherwood, in regards to that, is there going to be a lump sum or going to be separate?
With regard to, and I didn't hear what you said.
The assessment with the,
It will show up, now Matt,
It's a lump sum, Mike.
It'll be a lump
It will
sum?
show
Yeah.
up as one monthly
so
payment.
take the maintenance, add 250 for that month, and that's it, okay.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's move on to the next item. Item 7 is committee reports. I'll turn it over to Greenbriar.
Budget and Finance, Mark.
Yeah. Some mics are loud, some mics are quiet. You never know what you're going to get. The Budget and Finance Committee did meet earlier this month, and it's early in the year for that committee to be doing very much work, but we did spend a lot of time on understanding some things that we see in our financial reports, getting things corrected, items that are in the wrong account moved over to other accounts, forensic sorts of things that largely was done by Kathy in sync with the accountant that is our representative at First Residential. We continue to work on the efforts to collect monies that are due us, people who are 60 or 90 or 120 days in arrears. We've gotten that system tightened up pretty good, and Matt works with Brittany, and the two of them have been doing an excellent job of getting people to pay. Largely, it's people who are not on the automatic system and either forget to pay or send their check in the wrong place, or sometimes they're away or in a hospital or something else, so they end up getting a little bit late, or they have financial difficulties and then they catch up. So we're doing Matt's doing that, and we're right on top of it so that maintain a low level of accounts receivables. In the past, there's been a lot of discussion at our budget meetings about reserves for bad debts. These are monies that we bill to a resident that never gets collected. We just don't get paid. And it's a very rare event. It almost is always associated with an individual who's either passed away, or the property is owned by an estate, or the property is owned by a bank. We did actually finally have one bad debt that we had to write off this month. It was associated with a property who ended up in the hands of a bank. I think there may have been like a reverse mortgage or something like that. And when the individual passed, the bank ended up with ownership. Banks have a unique position that they are only liable for a maximum of 6 months of maintenance fees. So if at the time the bank finally sells the property, if we are owed more than 6 months fees, the bank will pay us 6 months of those fees, and we're not going to get the balance. So when that happens, we do actually have a write-off. It really is a very rare event, but it explains to people why we have this account called reserve for bad debts that's always difficult for people to wrap their heads around. So we did have a write-off in that regard. Other than that, the finances look very, very good. There are a few glitches in the numbers that are being investigated that predate the current accounting system. But other than that, we're in good financial shape. We won't really start doing any budget work till later on in the summer. That's it.
Thank you, Mark. Moving on then, covenants, Cliff?
Covenants Committee did not meet this past month.
Okay, thank you. Site review, Ron?
Yes, there's no meeting in March because of the snow, and we only had 4 applications which are going to be under review at the next meeting. So it's been a quiet month. I assume things will pick up with the nicer weather. So.
Okay. I'll report on behalf of Alan Greenberg for the newcomers. Basically, Alan said there will be a meeting in the second week in April. They have sent out invitations to many of the new members of the community. He will report back on the committee's progress at the next open board meeting.
Chet, I sat in on the newcomers meeting. Thank you very much for having me. And the thing was, we need to make sure that the newcomers in here know things to remember. So what I did was I put together a document, or documents, parking rules, snow, pet rules, pool rules, because as I was told, when they get the green folder on closing, they don't read it. So in their little pack, their welcome packet, Kristen has agreed to make copies of these things. It's called Greenbriar at Whittingham, Things to Remember, so they can read it to understand the parking rules, the trash rules, the pool rules, and the pet rules. Thanks, Chet.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to board business.
Doesn't work.
Any report for budget and finance?
Yes. Okay. We met with Budget and Finance on March 12th. We reviewed our January financials and also went back to our December financials. Had a very good discussion. We cleaned up a lot of items and basically are on our way, sort of paving the road for 2026, and everything is looking very good in terms of our budget, where we are, where we plan or hope to be. We are meeting again on April 3rd, Thursday, because the second Thursday was a holiday. And we are meeting only to discuss condo itself. And other than that, I think that's good for budget and finance. Do you want me to do landscape?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just go on to landscape. We met with landscape 2 days ago on Tuesday. We are going to go around the community. It's a little early yet, so we're not sure what didn't make it through the winter period, but we're going to go around to see if there is anything that may not have made it through the winter period that needs to be replaced by the landscapers. We are also talking about redoing the beds out in front of the community on the grass, not in front of the entrance, but the little beds that are on the side as you enter the town center or as you're heading towards the clubhouse. We are going to ask the vendor to put a proposal together to see if we can kind of modify what is there, make it a little bit nicer. We'll see what they come back with, and then we will bring it to our meetings the next time. Also, you can see that spring flowers are coming in. We have tulips coming in. We haven't tried that in a while. At Prospect Plains and at the front gate, Prospect Plains gate, front gate. And then the clubhouse will get daffodils. So we're trying something, kind of variations. The summer flowers will be begonias, and we've been very successful with them. We're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to have pink and white at the clubhouse. We're going to have red and white at the gates. So we're going to try that, and we're going to try striping them. So we'll see how that looks. But I'd like feedback.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. Anything to report from covenants?
Didn't meet this month.
Okay, thank you. Site review? I'm sorry, I skipped over the entertainment. Let's do entertainment first.
The Entertainment Committee has been working very hard with the new acts that they've been bringing in, and we've been very successful. And they've been going real well. And Joe has a remark about the Saturday show.
Okay, let's get into this so we don't get into a big thing at the end, okay? We had a concert on Saturday night. I want to apologize to the people that felt that the sound was excessive and had to leave. I appreciate that, okay? However, okay, there were 240 tickets sold, and approximately 220 people remained seated, people left, and I get it, okay? Since I've been on the committee, it's 3.5 years. We've had 2 complaints of excessive sound, and I get it, okay? So, going forward, what I'm going to propose to the Entertainment Committee is this. I will be at the clubhouse doing the sound check with the band, okay? And if I can't be there, someone else from the committee or a member of our community who's involved in music should be there to check the sound levels. And if we feel the sound level is excessive, we will talk to the sound person that's coming in with the band. If they don't bring a sound person, and it's our sound person, we will make sure that the sound is not excessive. Like I said, we only had 2 complaints in 3.5 years. One of them was the Pat Benatar Tribute Band, and the last one was Foreign Journey. I get it, I understand that, but you have to understand something. We all have to participate in this. If you feel that the sound is going to be excessive or you're hearing sensitive, okay? If you're wearing a hearing device, turn it down. If you have some sort of ear protection, please bring it. We all have to be part of this to make this, okay? Our demographic is changing, so the Entertainment Committee has to try to accommodate all genres, okay? Let's face it, okay? I mean, really. We have to go, we're going through 4 different generations here. So we have to try to accommodate everybody. Everybody doesn't like certain music, but again, you know, sorry folks, Lawrence Welk is dead. Okay? So, you know, if we have a doo-wop group or a hippie group, I mean, I had someone come up to me, we had the Sensational Soul Cruisers, which was a phenomenal band in January. And I had people coming up to me and saying, oh, they're so loud. Okay, I get it. But we have to protect ourselves as well. As my good friend Ed Pilsa told me, sitting in the second row, I am, with no ear protection, makes no sense, but I'm my own worst enemy. Okay, so I want to try to let you know that going forward, I will be there at the sound check, and if I can't be there, someone else will be there, and a member of the management will be there to make sure that we feel the sound is not excessive. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Let's move on, go to the Site Review Committee. Any report?
The Site Review Committee had a meeting on the 20th of March. They had 3 new applications and 5 inspections. Everything went well. And also they're getting together to write a policy for satellite dishes and antennas. And they'll be presenting that to the board at their next executive meeting.
Okay,
That's it.
great, thank you. Town Center Committee.
Town Center met. Just 2 things I'm going to mention now. Kristen is going to get in touch with people or put notes on people that have lockers in the dance/art room, because we are under the impression that there are some lockers that have not been used and the lockers have just been sitting on those locks forever. So she's going to check, leave notes, ask people to let them know, and then we're going to get them emptied out, and then people will be all given new locks that we or management would have access to if need be. And then the other thing is, again, Town Center is very invested in looking for what we can possibly do for redoing the ballroom when the time comes. They're looking at many different options. A group of people from the committee are going to be going to other communities that either are newer communities or communities that have redone their ballroom for ideas, so that when the time comes, which we know won't be for another 2 years, but it'll be here before you know it, we'll be ready to go.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on to the next item, item number 8. It's a restaurant update. The restaurant committee has interviewed 5 operators who are looking to come in here. We just interviewed the last one on Monday. So that should conclude that part of it. We're waiting for some information from the last two in regards to their menus, pricing, and so on. But everyone has so far offered some good value for what they're proposing. So it's going to be another tough situation to make a decision on this, but we're hoping to get that done in the next week or two, and perhaps then test the food and let you know if it's good or not. But we're pleased with the response that we've received from, from the restaurant operators. There's a strong demand to want to come in here. So just got to stay tuned a little bit longer. It takes a little bit of time setting up time schedules with the operators, the committees and time available. We put a lot of hours into this already. So we're going to keep working at it and hopefully get this all wrapped up as quickly as possible. Yes. That's right. I'm sorry, I take that back. We had 6. The last one was the 6th person that came in. So we had 6 operators who proposed to come in. Hold on now. We're not there yet.
I'm not talking.
Okay.
I'm observing all of you guys.
You just took the ticket number 1.
Okay, so
Got the deli counter.
So we'll let you know as soon as we get this wrapped up. Hopefully, we're trying to get this done as quickly as possible. And then it goes to the lawyers, and then it gets tied up there. So let's move on to our next item, which is the open forum, which I know there's already someone waiting there. So if you give your name and address for the record,
Okay.
and let us know what's on your mind.
Lolly Reich, 3 Wellfleet. I forgot where I live now. I'm very excited to hear about the 5 or 6 applicants for the restaurant. I think we have to move. I know you mentioned you worked very hard, but that's what a board does. It should be here by May, or I hate to even put June. We're missing a very good part of the year. And I know that our past operator gave us a lot, but we have to know where these people are coming from. They could promise the world and you get nothing. Is it possible that we would be open by May or June?
Well, ideally, I would like to get them open, and we've expressed this to the operators. We'd like to get them open, when the pool opens, around that time. Because that's when most of the snowbirds are all here, and, they'll have the best chance of being successful with their restaurant.
We were never successful with the snowbirds, I got to tell you, because they came back and they didn't go to the restaurant. So to wait for the snowbirds, we really should rush this along. It's, I know. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, anyone else? Mike?
Mike Fox, 2 things. One, as far as the restaurants go, whichever we pick, hopefully they'll be successful, though I really don't believe the community supports a restaurant based on 13 years of living here. But my recommendation to anyone that is going to fill the restaurant, they add the tip to the bill. That's been the biggest problem. People are not tipping. That should be an automatic add-on to the bill. I don't care what other people say. We have, unfortunately, I hate to use the word cheap, but we have some cheap people here. If they have a staff, they're working for a few dollars. They work hard. So the tip should be on the bill, mandatory, period. The second issue, we've had solar on this building for 3-4 years? Nothing's been brought up about a rebate. From the solar, for the electric we're not using. Isn't there supposed to be a rebate?
You're talking about the solar panels?
I started by saying the solar panels, yes.
Okay, it's hard.
It's the mics, I know.
Yeah, it's definitely the mic. So, we had, back in November of last year, when I got on the board, I was screaming and yelling, why don't we have any? Why don't we have any credits? I want to see credits. So Matt and I worked on, and Matt did the majority of the work, to try to get a vendor. And I think I've announced this at another meeting, but we did manage to get SREC Marketplace. They have been collecting our credit ever since. So we've received, in fact, he even went back and got some of the credits that we had missed going back to 2023. Am I right? Was it 2023, fourth quarter?
Yeah, it was part
I
of
don't have it in front of
2023
me.
we were able to get back.
Credit was the right term, I'm sorry.
Yes. So we have collected, and I'm going to just give you an approximate. Roughly now, we get a credit per year of approximately $30,000 to $36,000 per year for the solar panels that
Right.
we installed.
Right.
And where does that go into what budget?
Well, we made an announcement last year when we received our first check.
I don't recall.
So that goes right into the budget, goes into general operating revenue.
Okay.
That's correct. Now, yes, this was a contract that was put in place roughly about 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, fine, with
We
Jamie.
were
was
not
here
on the
to-
board
yeah.
at the time. The annual cost for the panels are $67,000, but we are getting at least a credit for 36, which will continue
Okay.
after those payments are
All
done.
right, because I don't recall anything being mentioned
Yeah.
in regards to that.
We did announce it, but you may not have been at that meeting.
It's a
But we did
possibility,
announce
okay.
it at one meeting, and no question had ever
All right,
come up.
thank
But
you.
Thank you for bringing it up, so people are reminded.
Kathy, in addition to this credit, solar credit, we're also getting the free electricity from the sun that is being generated every month. So the return from this investment is not just the dollar credit that you described, but it's plus whatever electricity we consume. Now, if we consume more electricity than our sun system generates, of course, that comes on the meter, and we pay the utility company, which I don't know, how that's working out. We're probably not generating 100% of our own free electricity. So, but whatever we are generating is to our credit, in addition to the rebate that I think they call them now T-Rex. They used to be called S-Rex, now they're called T-Rex, I think.
Yeah, Mark, they're T-Rex, and we get it quarterly, actually.
Yeah, you get them quarterly.
They deposit the money right into our account for what we
And you
generate.
keep them and keep them and keep them until such time as you decide to put them out into the marketplace, which is what Kathy just described. We took our accumulated T-Rex and said, let's put them into the marketplace. The marketplace then sells them to utility companies that are in need of T-Rex. They need to buy them from people like us who have solar panels. And so that's what, there's a market value for what those T-Rex are in the marketplace. So that's how solar benefits you.
Okay. All right, thanks. Please, name and address.
Maria DeLucia, 85A Winthrop Road. I'm speaking on behalf of the Town Center Committee, and I wanted to have management speak to the concern that we had brought up. Although this outdoor pool has been taken away from our committee, we still had a concern about the issue with the ducks that we have every year. So, and especially with the avian flu, that we were concerned about ducks in the water and the concern about them building a nest, and was there anything preventive. Now, I know that management had already started on but could you address that to everyone and what the status is and what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely, because
Thank you.
actually, somebody actually put that in the Zoom as a question, if we were doing anything to try and prevent the ducks from the pool area. We did. We actually have netting that's actually raised up off of the ground in those areas where they were nesting, because there's some grasses and things that were cut down, and they like to nestle right in there. Initially, we had it right down on the ground, and we're like, that's not going to work, because they could just go right on top of it. So we've actually elevated it a couple inches up off the ground to try and prevent them from coming back. So Yeah, so that's actually done, and we were out there today, and there's no signs of any ducks yet, thank God.
Excellent. And will there be someone doing, like,
Well, we also do the addling of the eggs if we discover them.
Well,
So-
yeah, that's the geese issue.
the what?
Geese.
The geese, oh. And will there be some inspections, like, to make sure that nothing is settling in? Is anybody, before the pool opens, will there be somebody out there every day?
We're going to be out there very frequently because the ducks caused us a lot of headaches in the office, and you guys as well, so we're trying to prevent all that from happening again.
And there were also, I know there was a lot of issues with fecal matter in the pool from the ducks. And so there may be another suggestion from us to look into a floating deterrent that will scare the ducks and keep them off the water when people are not in at the pool. For instance, floating owls, things like that would frighten them and keep them out of the water. So if you could look into that, please.
Kristen's going to look into that since I just gave her the high sign. But I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't really aware of that. I haven't had too many duck problems in pools before. most pools I've dealt with are covered, so you don't get them too much. And that's one thing we're looking into. Tom mentioned possibly redoing the pool this fall, and part of that would be getting a cover for it as well.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you very much.
Got it.
Thank you. Anyone else looking to come to the microphone?
Okay, I'll wait till, I have one comment. I want to talk about the pulse for a moment, when he's done.
How you doing? I'm Jerry from Brighton Court. I'm next door neighbors to Scott and 2 doors away from my friend Dennis. But that isn't the reason I'm here. I want to know if on this restaurant, is it official that they're going to charge $20 a month or $240 for the year? It's not a fee, but it's a credit towards food.
That's all to be determined. That's all part of the negotiations we're having with all the vendors.
Oh, okay, so it's not official then?
Correct.
And you have a committee, you said, of 5 people or whatever?
We have a committee, yes. We have a
committee,
committee of
okay.
4 people. It's 3 members from the board and 1 resident who is also a former restaurant owner.
Well, that's what I want to ask, because you do need, because as you've seen the past years, we haven't been doing well with the restaurants. So I think that if you get someone like in a restaurant or someone in the retail business, I think it would help us along.
Oh, yeah, the gentleman with us has over 30 years' experience.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. That was great, Jerry. Jerry runs our finance and investing club. They meet once a month. It's a very interesting place. Learn about your investments. He does a great job with that. I just want to jump in with some comments about the Pulse. The Pulse is very difficult to put out every month because we have now 48 pages to fill. Now, I'm in touch with a lot of the other community editors, and it seems like they get a lot more input from their own community of people writing articles and sending things in. And I'd really like to see our community participate more. I find that, if we don't fill the 48 pages, the publisher will drop in crossword puzzles and word searches and stuff that they have the rights to put anywhere and fill things up. I consider that a failing. If I see them now we all like the puzzles, but it's a failing. If we can't fill 48 pages, I feel like I've done something wrong. In the next month's issue, I wrote an article that I want to bring to your attention that asks for your feedback. I'm not going to go into the details now. You can read the article. And I even put a box directing your attention to that article. And I'd like a lot of feedback. We did get nice feedback when we did a page on people's pets in the community. We had good feedback when we put pictures of the veterans during November Veterans Day Month. So we've gotten good feedback, but we really need people to think about something that's gone on in their lives, an experience they've had, something they're doing, something they've done that other people would find interesting. Richard Polk writes a lot of articles for us about his travels and his photography. His wife writes articles about her interest in health and things like that. We have Linda Wagner writes great articles for us every month called Zoodling. But I'd like to see 2 or 3 more articles from people in the community. When you see an article from me, that means that I'm missing an article from you. I find junk on my computer that I wrote years ago, and I stick it in there to fill paint, to take up paper and ink. So I don't want my articles in there. I want articles from people in the community. So that's what I'm looking for. If you could do that, I'd really appreciate that sort of thing. And if you have any ideas for what you'd like to see in the Pulse as well, that we'd be welcome to that. So thank you for that.
Anyone else looking to come up and to the microphone? Seeing no one, I'll close the public portion. Go to the Zoom. Matt, you have any questions there?
Yeah, we got a couple on Zoom. Susie has answered pretty much all of them except for 2. David Frankel asked, is the outdoor hot tub going to be refinished also? Yes. If we're doing the pool, we're doing the hot tub. And another resident asked about the snow assessment. Why June? Well, we want to give everybody enough time. We don't want to just hit them over the head with a $250 assessment.
Right, Matt. So if the homeowners are going to get the statement in April, they could pay it in May, or they could wait to June 1st and then pay it. So
Correct.
It's up to you when you want to pay, but you have time to make that payment.
Yeah. Next part of his question is, when is the money needed for next winter? Well, we kind of need it now because we spent a lot of money on snow, and it's coming out of our operating budget already. So, we're struggling to rub a couple nickels together and pay some bills until then, but we're getting by.
Yep. Okay.
Matt, if somebody fails to pay the snow assessment, do we not shovel their driveway next year?
I don't think so. That'd probably be a big liability.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on Zoom? That's it?
That's all we got, I think.
All righty, great. All right, so we'll get down to the magic number 11, adjournment. Jay's made a motion. Do I have a second? Second by Kathy. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate your attendance.